Hello everyone, I'm Tamara. Please subscribe to my channel. Alright, let's do a quick little recap of Chapter 1. It was called Fremont Elementary, and at the time, it was located across the highway from a state prison. The bell would ring and I would be right out the door for recess. Only on this particular morning, I didn't. I asked if I was interested in inviting Jesus into my life, and I said yes. There, now we're ready for Chapter 2. I am 9 years old, and I'm still living in California with my mom and my dad and my sister. My parents decided to take us on a trip to the ocean, and we were having a great time until we weren't. I and my sister were in the water playing, and I stepped in a dip, and it scared me so much that I grabbed my sister, and then a current took us into the ocean, further out. And I was using my sister as a life raft, crying for help, screaming for help, a decision I will now regret for the rest of my life. But I guess I just wasn't thinking at that time. My parents tried to help us, but they couldn't do it, and so a stranger stepped in and helped us. And then an ambulance took us to the hospital. I will forever be thankful to that stranger. June of 1988, I think it was June, I'm not sure, proved to be another frightful occurrence. Me and my mom and my sister were all sleeping soundly in our beds until my mom heard a knock at the door. It was a police officer informing us that my dad had been involved in a car accident and he was dead. I finished 6th grade at Calvary Christian School, and then my mom and I moved to Minnesota. I started attending St. Charles Christian School. Don't misunderstand, it's not a Catholic school. I started there in 7th grade. The miracle that no one believes occurred when I was in 9th, maybe 10th grade. I don't quite remember. After school, a few of us were doing a science experiment, and so we had water boiling on one side of the room, and then on the other side of the room, we were studying a textbook. Unbeknownst to us until we heard the scream, our teacher's 2-year-old niece had wandered into the room and poured the boiling water all over her. We immediately rushed to her and called 911. The paramedics came and they were attending to her wounds, and they asked who shielded her eyes. And we were telling them, none of us. We were all on the other side of the room. And so the paramedic wanted to know, well, who put the handprint on her face? There was a handprint on her face, covering her eyes, protecting her eyes. Her shoulders were burned, her neck was probably burned, but her eyes were protected, obviously, because there was a handprint on her face. And the paramedics were so concerned because they said whoever shielded her eyes will need to be treated too, but none of us did it. So our only explanation is that an angel came and blocked her eyes so that her eyes would be saved. And that's the miracle that no one believes. All right, stay tuned for Chapter 3. I'll talk about my church experiences.
In the shadow of ancient walls, where silent echoes call.
I want you to know that Jesus loves you so much. Get a Bible and start reading. I recommend that you start reading in John. God is interested in having a relationship with you. You don't have to fix yourself up and then come to Jesus. Jesus is waiting for you right now, just as you are. Find a church that will help you and guide you on the way to Jesus. Or if you don't have that opportunity, all you have to do is say, Jesus, I want you in my life. I know that I am a sinner, and I know that you will forgive me. And I want you in my life. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do is ask Jesus to be a part of your life. And he wants to be a part of your life because he loves you that much. I would like to introduce to you a book called Emmanuel by Ava Marie. Emmanuel tells the story of Jesus' life by using all 4 of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and part of the first chapter of the book of Acts and part of 1 Corinthians 15. Learn the story of Jesus' life, where he was born, how he lived, and what he taught. See how he resisted the temptations of the devil, how he healed people and cast out demons. Discover why he went to the cross, how he rose from the dead, and why so many people love him today. This book follows Jesus' earthly life from the very beginning of the gospel record, through his many trials and his confrontations with the religious leaders of the day. It also tells the accounts of his miracles, betrayal, crucifixion, resurrection, and ascension. This book is not intended to take the place of the Bible, but it may help you understand the story of Jesus' life better by giving you a more chronological account of it. However, nothing can ever be more complete or accurate than the Bible itself. Jesus' words are underlined. This book is also available in red letter edition. Check the description for links so that you can get your copy. When was the last time you took a good look at your website? Are you armed and ready for a cybersecurity threat? Did you write an amazing short story but need illustrations? Make all your worries go away with a quick email to Shama Patel. Your solution. Visit eveninglightdesigns.com or send an email to shama@eveninglightdesigns.com.